Yo, what is up guys, Faisha, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and today I'm going to be going over the VK90. This is a tier 10 German super heavy, and I'm going to be going over what it does best and exactly how to play this to get the most benefit out of this vehicle. Now, one common occurrence that you probably hear is that the VK90 is one of the best super heavies in the game, and you wouldn't be wrong to say that, because this vehicle is a best of two worlds. You have the side scraping abilities of the olden day IS-4, which means that you can side scrape with no issue and just bounce the shots. And this tank, with the latest update that Wargaming did to buff the lower plates of this tank, which used to be the weak spot and is still the weak spot but isn't as easy to pen, it has allowed this vehicle to be a lot like the VK72 in the tech tree, which has formidable frontal armor, allowing it to just face hug people and dominate them. And that is what the VK90 takes full effect of. It has both those abilities, which makes it so formidably strong. And another really strong thing that this tank has is this ability to be fully aimed in when you're under 15 kilometers per hour. And that just basically means that you're going to be fully aimed in all the time to do really nice shots like I did on the T95E6. And also, a lot of people also say that this tank has no gun depression, which would be absolutely wrong to say, because over the side of the tank, this tank gets up to 11 degrees of gun depression. So while it might not have a lot of gun depression over the front, it has a hell of a lot over the side and the rear of the tank, allowing you to just, when needed, do the damage and get your gun down. Now there's a VK72, let's get a shot into him and use our formidable alpha to do 461 damage to him, and that great accuracy when underneath 15 kilometers, like I said. Now it'd be nice to get rid of that T95E6, but I do also want to get a few shots in that WZ while they push our medium tanks over there. We get one into the Type 71, and then we just got to stay hull down here, because the more damage I can do without taking much damage in return means that we are going to come up on top of these enemy players over here. I do want to kill that E6 if we can, so if he pokes up there, I'm going to go for it. Unfortunately, VK72 is sitting in the back there. Our FE4005 is dead now, unfortunately. Somehow, some way, my team is still managing to kill themselves here. Now, it's 3 on 7 right now. That is just what it is. And I am playing ratings battles, just so that you guys know, because I'm not going to play normal matchmaker, because it's absolutely awful. So I'm obviously playing ratings to get a better teams, but it doesn't seem to be working right now, because the enemy team is still clapping my team. No problem here. WZ113 is gone for the base. I know there's an FE behind me. Or is it an FE? It's someone behind me. Can't remember now. We're going to go for this VK72 using our great gun depression. Like I said, 11 degrees of gun depression does a lot in most scenarios. There's a Leopard PTA over there. Unfortunately, I was just aiming my turret the wrong way, so he was able to get a shot into me. Grill is not yet pushing me, so maybe we can get a kill onto this VK72. I would love that, actually. Let's see, maybe he doesn't think I have the gun depression to kill him. He doesn't, and that is what's so nice about the VK90. That gun depression is unexpected from most players. They're like, what the heck? How did that tank even get their gun down on me? It's like, hey, I got VK90, my man. 11 degrees of gun depression. Does the deed here. T57 is still good HP and our 50 TP, so we could actually still win this. I'm going to go hunt down that Groll if I can. Looks like the 113 does survive the T57 shot there, so that is unfortunate. But I'm going to go for the Groll now, because if we don't kill him, we are going to lose to caps. And I do have the HP to go for this Groll. Let's load up an HE maybe. I should have just loaded normal to get a kill onto this Groll. Unfortunately, he is going to get away from us. And you know what? I might just lose a bit of HP just to drop down on him, because I don't want him to kill my T57, and he might just go around the corner here in a sec. So yeah, let's just go for him. Now, one thing I will say is that the VK90 is pretty mobile. Even though it has a lot of armor, it is pretty mobile. It's a lot like the VK72 in that aspect, where you have that improved suspension. While this tank doesn't have improved suspension, and which I do think it needs, but obviously that is just going to make it even stronger than it needs to be. But overall, this tank very mobile for the armor that it does have, which is very nice. Now, hopefully this 50 TP understands that we need to kill this Type 71 now, like now, because that points that is currently counting down right now is about to lose us this game. Now, hopefully the 50 TP does not bounce his shot. We have a few more seconds. I got 5 seconds until I reload. Come on. No ways. that is just unfortunate that the enemy team got all the bases. We would have definitely won that, and one of the key reasons is because the VK90 is so universal. The ability to shoot that VK72, I can guarantee you he was not expecting. Okay, let's get into our second game here. Now, our first game unfortunately didn't go to plan. Obviously, we lost to Caps, and we did end up doing 5,000 damage, but that is just an unfortunate thing about Supremacy. Ratings Battles is supposedly having a better matchmaker. Obviously, it has the original matchmaker that it's always had, so I do end up getting better teams than I do in the normal matchmaker, and that is why I'm still playing Ratings. But looks like we get onto a pretty decent map for the VK90. It's really up to my team and if they do what they need to do. We do have a good lineup of heavy tanks, so hopefully going to see works out for us. Now, one thing that with the VK90 that I don't like, now there's a lot of things I do like about the VK90, the armor, the gun, obviously the accuracy, the gun depression, everything is just good about it, and the mobility. However, the one thing that is very lacking on this tank is its HP. For instance, I have the same, or at least pretty similar HP to a Yo and an SDR VK. Those are two very mobile tanks that almost resemble medium tanks. And I am a very, very heavy tank. I'm a super heavy with a lot of armor. I do think that the VK90 should have more HP. However, that might just make it absolutely broken and busted. So let me know what you guys think on that aspect. Should the VK90 have more HP, or should it just be what it is right now? Because personally, I do think it needs a bit more HP so it can take a bit more shots. Now, one thing that they did by upgrading that lower plates, it does mean that a lot of the enemy team needs to shoot premium rounds, which in itself does lower damage than usual. So maybe that HP doesn't need to be totally increased. I'm going to go front line here. I'm going to go for a side scrape on this building over here, and just get a shot into anyone who pokes over here. There's a VK90. I'm going to shoot his little turret over there. It looks like the VK90 on the enemy team had the same idea as me to shoot that little weak spot. And in the scenario, we seem to have the upper hand. I really hope we do, because my teammates at the top here should just don't need to lose HP. If they don't lose HP, we win this, because right now I have the advantage over the enemy team. VK90 over here, I'm going to go for a shot into his turret. He ends up bouncing me. I don't know who shot me on the left here. It looks like my actual SDB is doing the job on the right side. He does end up clearing that Sheridan, which is nice. Krongwagen up top, that is a bit unfortunate. I wanted to go for an HE, but that unfortunately bounces over there. Now, as you can see there, that is what happens when you just slightly over angle the turret on this vehicle. When you angle this tank, you always want to make sure that you're directly aiming it towards the enemy, because obviously they're going to just pen your turret, no problem in that case. I'm going to get shot by the rear if I don't push forward here, unfortunately. So I'm just going to have to go for this 113 if I can. I'm going to use that great gun depression to get a shot through his side here. I do take a lot of shots, but hopefully my team can push forward, and they do not. Now, it was either I get shot from an E3 from my rear, or my team pushes. And they really just didn't do any of that. And that is kind of the issue sometimes, is that your team just wants to sit back and do nothing, which is currently what's happening right now with the 113, Krongwagen, and the SDR VK. However, we should still win this if they play it correctly. I mean, they're just shooting HE, especially this 113 is just shooting HE right now, so that is bit unfortunate, but maybe we do still pull out this game. M6Yo is somehow on their spawn. How are you even on this side, buddy? Now, this game didn't go to plan like I wish it did. I mean, we were in a scenario where the enemy team was just aiming at us, and unfortunately my Yo somehow doesn't get the kill on that player. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Teammates are not the greatest every now and then, but that is definitely not the fault of the VK90. And that is why I really suggest you guys to go for the VK90. Overall, fantastic German, super heavy. And if you don't have it already, I do really suggest you getting it when it is next in store. Now, this tank, obviously, if you like a tank like the IS-4 with that, or the old IS-4 with that fantastic side-scraping abilities, the VK90 has you covered. Or if you're someone who likes playing the VK72 with that fantastic frontal armor, then the VK90 also has you covered, which is very nice. And you don't lack anything like gun depression when you play the tank, or nor mobility. So overall, VK90, fantastic, gets the face seal of approval for whatever that is worth. And personally, I do really adore the tank. Let me know what you guys think of the VK90. To me, just an overall busted vehicle. Wargaming completely just made the VK90 unstoppable in its current form. And if you play it correctly, if you put it where it needs to be, and if your team is helping you, you're going to do a hell of a lot of damage very easily and bounce a lot of shells.
So there we have it, guys. This is the VK90 review. A very, very positive review from my end. I love the VK90. Overall, fantastic tank. Is a bit busted in my opinion, but like I said, I do think that it needs to have a bit more high HP. Like I love to run enhanced armor. By the way, if you want to look at the equipment I'm running, you can just look at it here. But basically, I run enhanced armor, and I don't really want to run improved assembly, which would give me 2,600 HP. But I do want to run that enhanced armor just to make everything a bit stronger. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave a like and subscribe. Really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. With that being said, guys, hope your shells hit their marks, and I'll check you in the next one. Cheers.